Yo, what it do with the tool, man? This is your boy Ryan onto the Pats here, and I'm back with another video, man. And today, I'm doing my first video where I'm showing my face, so we're gonna see how that work out. But yeah, I want to talk about Tyreek Hill. He just got released, and my opinion on it is I would be down to do it because of the situation we just had with Diggs and his resurgence. The only thing was that Tyreek Hill's injury looked way worse than Stephon Diggs' injury, but at the same time, with the way these doctors and all of this stuff work and stuff like that, I mean, I don't know. It's a possibility. The reason why I'm even making this video in the first place is because of this tweet that RG3 just made not too long ago. Obviously, you got the tweet of Dolphins releasing Tyreek Hill, NFL. And then you got this tweet from RG3. The New England Patriots need to sign Tyreek Hill. Drake Maye was the best D-ball thrower in football this year. If Tyreek Hill gets back to 90% of what he was, the Patriots get a massive mismatch chess piece on their board. He's definitely right on we get a massive mismatch. Now, the only thing is Tyreek Hill gonna be back to 90%? We don't know. We also don't know about the other receivers that will be released, that will be traded. So I feel like we still gonna wait on that. And I feel like a lot of teams are gonna wait on that. So I don't think we gotta just jump the gun and go hurry up and get Tyreek Hill, call the phone. We don't gotta hurry up and do it. But as I said, like, because of what we did with Diggs this year, after what happened to him the year prior, I wouldn't mind it, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Diggs last year, he finished that season like 496 yards, and I think half the games played. I'm waiting for this to load so I could. Why is this taking so long? I don't know why this is taking so long. It's taking forever. But I'm gonna just get to Tyreek Hill then. Tyreek Hill in 4 games, he had 265 yards, and as I just said, he played 4 games. He had 1 touchdown. So with that being said, I mean, prior to the injury, he was on pace to having that's about 1,126 yards. So if he can do that next year with Drake, if he could do that with Tua, Drake Maye obviously has a better arm. He's more accurate. He's just the better overall quarterback. And we all know that. Eye test tells you that. Stats tell you that. I mean, look where the Patriots just were. They were in the Super Bowl. So with that being said, I mean, I did this same breakdown with Diggs before he came to the team, or when I wanted Diggs to come to the team. I was like, look, before Diggs got hurt, he was on pace to 1,000 yards. I think he can have 1,000 yards with the Patriots. And that's exactly what happened. Now, Tyreek Hill and Diggs, 2 different players. Tyreek Hill is more of a speed demon. Diggs is more of a route tech. So the routes were obviously getting Diggs more open than his speed. And you could obviously tell that if you watch this year. So that's my only concern with Tyreek Hill, is that his number one priority is speed. It's not route running. He can run routes, but it's speed. Diggs was route running from the jump. He obviously was really fast as well, but he was so good at route running. He didn't even need to be the fastest on the field. Okay, here's Diggs' stats. See, this year he had 1,013 yards, and he started off really slow. He was on stat restrictions as well. He had 4 touchdowns and he had 85 receptions, tied for 12th in the league. I didn't even know it was that high, 12. So he was like a mid-tier receiver last year. You know what I'm saying? So I think he was better than Zay Flowers. I think Zay Flowers was in the Pro Bowl. I think I would have took Diggs over Zay Flowers, to be honest. And he had better ball security, but no knock to Zay Flowers. That was a random trade, but but that's just me speaking. And Tyreek Hill was on pace to 1,000 yards prior to his leg injury. I feel like I'm with RG3 on that. If he can be back to 90%, I wouldn't mind it. Now the question is he gonna be back at 90%? We don't know. We literally seen his whole leg snap in half. Like literally, like his whole leg snap. But if he's willing to put in that work to get back onto the field, and if he's willing to, not be a locker room cancer, which Diggs was really willing to not be a locker room cancer. He had the stuff going on off the field. He still got a lot of stuff going on off the field. But he made sure to keep it off the field and not bring it into the locker room. And a lot of players on the team had noted that. Gonzo said that, Maye said that, even our coach said that. So if Tyreek Hill can do the same thing, and he has way less off the field stuff going on than Diggs currently. So if Tyreek Hill can do the same, he could come in and be a veteran presence again, I wouldn't mind it. But I think there's definitely more wide receivers we should be looking at before Tyreek. But if it does come down to it, as we did with Diggs, then just sign Tyreek. I wouldn't mind it. Now it also depends on the price. What is he looking for? And all that other stuff. The price is a concern. The percentage of what he's going to be back to is a concern. And also, the fit. Because my goal is that we get another guy like Matt Collins, obviously maybe younger. But I'm more thinking we get like a Matt Collins type of guy in the draft. I'm going to make a video on that. We get a guy like Matt Collins in the draft, I think that's a big W. All right, we back. My camera died, but we back. So as I said, if we get a guy like Matt Collins in the draft, that would be ideal. But I mean, my final thoughts on the whole potentially getting Tyreek Hill thing, I wouldn't mind it. We got to see what happens with Diggs this offseason. He got stuff going on. We got to see what Tyreek Hill's percentage is, like where he's at with his injury recovery, where he's at. Also his mental on it, because what if he doesn't even want to, play like a weird 1B, 1A fiddle? What if he just wants to be a clear one? All right, we back again. As I said, it's my first time doing this, so just cut me some slack. But yeah, long story short though, I don't know where Tyreek Hill would be on it. If he doesn't mind being a 2, being a 1, even being a 3. I don't know where his head is at with that. But I mean, with all that being said, if we did get Tyreek Hill, obviously it's an upgrade. You know what I'm saying? Especially if we end up moving on from Pop, because I do think that's a possibility in the near future. Love Pop, but I could definitely see us having to get rid of Pop, I'm gonna be honest. So yeah, I mean, that'll be the end of the video. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. If y'all would rather me just go back to the basic me being behind the scenes or whatever. But I decided to do this because I feel like it's easier to make videos like this, to be honest. I feel like it's way easier to make videos like this. But yeah, that'll be the end of the video, man. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.